Is why I believe it's so important to look for generosity in men that you date, because men who do not know how to put their own desires below your needs is dangerous, especially when we're talking about lifelong partnership and marriage and children.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing well. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, all the love in the world. Yes, so today the girls are here to preach. The girls are here to preach. The girls are here to preach, and they are here to tell us the benefits of dating a generous guy, not a rich guy, a generous guy. There's a very big difference between someone that is rich and someone that is generous. So let's sit back, relax, and watch their videos, and we'll be right back.
I prefer a generous man over a rich man, and I'm gonna tell you why. Quick disclaimer before y'all come for me: generosity and wealth can very much coexist, but for the most part, and from my own personal experience, I haven't really seen this when it comes to rich men versus generous men. So yeah. Now, without going into too much detail about my personal dating life, because that's not your business unless you're one of my homegirls, I think rich men are super stingy. For the most part, if a rich man is to spoil you, 9 times out of 10 it's just to stroke their own ego, or because it's not an inconvenience for them to just dash you the money or buy you this or buy you that. You feel me? Rich men a lot of the time have a mentality that girls are replaceable and they're just objects. So they don't really see the value, or they don't really see their women as an investment. It's never as deep as when you're dealing with a generous man. Generous man, girl, that is where it's at. Let me tell you, I've had money sent to me just because. I've had flowers sent to me because they were thinking of me. I've had gifts bought for me. This man paid $300 to have my car detailed and cleaned 3 weeks into knowing each other, just because he wanted to take care of me and wanted to take care of my car. A generous man sees you as an investment. A man being generous isn't only shown through monetary gifts and tangible objects. Like, a generous man is also going to pour into you emotionally. He's not going to be stingy with his love at all. And like, you can see a man is generous through the way that he takes care of his family, and also the things that he cares about in his life. He's always going to be pouring into your life because he knows that you're going to take care of him as well.
So that's the difference between a generous man and a rich man. Mind you, there are rich, generous men and there are rich, stingy men. Pray to find someone who is rich and generous, or somebody that is even generous, because whether rich or not, a generous person, no matter how small he has, would want to make you happy out of the small that he has. And it's not only in financial stuff, okay? It can be other ways. So let's listen to other videos.
Because every time I ask him for money, he wants to explode or have some type of reaction that just triggers.
Listen, I'm not even a huge advocate of the sprinkle kind of relationships that we talk about here on this app, but this young lady gave us a really good example that's practical about why you should look for generosity in the men that you date. So she says that she works 3 jobs to make ends meet for her and her son, and she still falls short sometimes, like we all do. So sometimes she'll ask her boyfriend for $20 to $50, but when she does, he becomes argumentative and explosive over her asking for money. So this is why I believe it's so important to look for generosity in men that you date, because men who do not know how to put their own desires below your needs is dangerous, especially when we're talking about lifelong partnership and marriage and children and all of those things, right? Because there's a big difference between a desire and a need. If I need groceries in my house and I don't have anything to eat here, and you do nothing to try to meet that need as my partner, that is concerning. I'll tell you a quick story that actually happened in my life in the last year and a half. I was dating someone who would come over pretty often. I lived by myself for a long time, and they did not live by themselves, so they'd come over here a lot. And I would make dinner and do all the things that, you know, a good girlfriend would do. And one day we go grocery shopping together, and he sees how much I spend on groceries, and he gets upset. He's like, why are you spending this much money on groceries? It's only you. And I brought up to him, well, you know, you eat at my house. Like, 3 times a week. So I'm not buying groceries just for myself. I'm buying groceries to cook for those nights and also to make sure like we have snacks and things like that in the house. And I thought that would have been a great opportunity in retrospect for him to offer a couple of dollars toward the groceries, because he does eat here pretty often. And if he's not eating dinner, he's eating snacks, drinking drinks, things like that. But he never opened his mouth or his wallet to offer a few dollars to contribute to the grocery bill that he is contributing to eating. And that opened my eyes to how important it is to date people who see a need and they do what they can to meet the need. Like, keep in mind, he lived with his mother still, and maybe spent like $20 on groceries to get a couple things he wanted. But for the most part, his mom cooked and provided the groceries for that household. So the fact that you felt comfortable coming to my house, even after seeing how much I spent on groceries for yourself and not even offering, just shows me that there's a lack of generosity, and that is concerning to me. I want to give you guys scripture for this, for all my Christian girlies out there. There's a scripture in 2 Timothy that says, a man who does not provide, especially for his immediate family, is worse than someone with no faith, an unbeliever.
So, in other words, date or marry generous men so you don't suffer as a woman. Okay? Thank you.
If you think you're being a sweet girl by dating a man and not asking for anything, welcome to his circus.
I understand her perspective as a woman, but from a man's perspective, if he truly loves you with all of his heart, he will never have an issue with you asking him for money. He will not have a problem giving you money, because men are natural providers and they want to take care of what they love. The only thing a man may have an issue with is if a woman only sees him as a free checkbook, that he has no validity outside of what he can do for her. That's why I always tell women, don't go after the guy just because he got money. Don't go after the guy because he knows how to lead with his pocketbook. Because that man that leads with his wallet will find other ways to manipulate you outside of monetary. But the man you should choose is a man who is generous. Because a man who is generous will give you everything even if you don't have a lot. The man who is generous doesn't lead with his wallet because it's actually in his nature to want to take care of you. It's in his nature to want to make sure you don't have to really ask for much. He pays attention to you. He listens to you. See, that man, you don't have to beg for anything, because that man genuinely sees you as treasure and not a trophy. See, men who lead with their wallets, they see women as trophies, something to show off, something that's bright, something that gets passed around, something that goes to the highest bidder. But when you are a treasure, you have value, you are protected, you are something that is not meant for everybody, you can't be given to everybody. So for the women out there, if you are with a man who does not take care of you mentally, emotionally, physically, then he is not a generous man. A generous man will not only lead with his money, he will lead with his heart, his principles, his morals. He will always make sure you're taken care of, and you won't have to really ask for much at all. You will know the difference when you meet a generous man and a man who leads with his wallet. Because no matter if he's up or down, whether if he has a lot or he has nothing at all, that man will do for you because of who he is and not because of what he got. Pick the generous man.
So you guys have heard it. You guys have seen the benefits, and you guys have seen how to spot a generous man. A man that loves you, really cares about you, would want to make you happy, would want to care for you in every aspect, don't want to see you struggle, won't want to see you suffer. So if you're with someone like that doesn't really care about you, you already know the answer to that. So to my girlies out there, it's not about him being rich, wealthy, and all of that. We have rich, stingy men, okay? So like they said, date a generous man. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I honestly don't know what you're waiting for. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, leave a comment. I'd love to see your comments in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this video, about what they said, about your experience and all of that. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.